while since we actually talked about property trusts on Property Speaking. So imagine our surprise. Recently we came across this very interesting article talking about 9 out of 10 worst performing South African trusts over the past 10 years have been local property funds. And we figured if there's anyone who can help us decipher this, it has to be Philip. And he's the broken owner of REMAX. He's here in the studio. So, right, Philip, maybe let's describe for someone who has missed our previous conversations that we've had around property trusts and how they actually work.
So a real estate investment trust is a vessel that is trading on the JSE that you can essentially buy shares in. It's like buying Apple stocks or Microsoft stocks. It's the same thing. You've got a professional team running a portfolio of properties and you are just buying a portion of it, as opposed to buying property outright, which means you will be doing the bond application, signing the offer to purchase, purchasing the property for yourself, and it registers on your own name. So the difference between the two is that it's the benefit of a real estate investment trust is that it's got a low barrier to entry. So meaning you could start with 10 grand, where you can't start with 10 grand when you're buying property outright. The difference is as well is that the performance is different. So looking at the top investment trusts in South Africa, the average yield over the past 5 years has been between 6 and 9%. Now, if you know anything about inflation, you'll know that that's not enough to beat inflation. Well, true inflation. At you as an investor. You are a minimum wage earner, 6% will not be bad because your inflation percentage would be 6. But if you're a wealthy investor trying to preserve your wealth, you would need to probably earn about 12, 13% to keep up with inflation, or the percentage of products that you utilize. What's the question again?
In a way, I think you already touched a little bit, because I was going to ask you if the reports are true in terms of local property trusts performing as well as we might have actually thought.
Yeah, that's the thing. Between 6 and 9%, it depends on what you want to do. Each investor will be different, and your horizons, your risk for appetite, or your risk appetite, and your ability to generate funds. Now, if you are someone that's still in the process of generating wealth, I would say that it's better for you to purchase your own property and rent it out. Yes, there are other risks, but you'll be looking at closer to a 12, 13% return on investment. And you have the added benefit of utilizing a financial instrument called a bond to create wealth.
Okay, yeah, then I know I've come across people that would try to get interested in like funds, right? And they would say, listen, if you don't have property, this is a great vehicle for you as a start. And you're saying something a bit different now.
So yes, it is a great vehicle as a start, but it based on the premise that you use post-tax money, meaning you've already earned 1.8 million, you've paid taxes of about 800, you're left with 1 million, and then you invest that 1 million. Most people are not there. Nobody has a bar to just drop on an investment that's going to drive you 9%. That's only if you're a wealthy investor and you're looking to preserve your wealth.
I hear you.
People earn a salary, they want to get into property. So for that reason, you don't have the million, but you're going to borrow the million against your salary.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying to people that are looking to invest in property trust, that they need to be looking out for.
Yes, it depends on where you are. If you have 20 million bucks and you want to preserve it, real estate investment trust is a bad option. Because it's relatively. You have a team of people that's going to run for you and your percentage of portfolio, and it's going to generate regular incomes. So you can plan on just retiring, sitting and watching the ocean. Okay? Whereas if you are building your wealth, you're still working and grinding, you are going to take out a bond, you're going to get about 12 to 13% return on investment. You could do better than that. But you're looking at depreciation as well as liquid return on investment. If you add these two together, then you've actually created about 12 to 13%, which is enough to beat inflation and create wealth.
Okay, great. All right, we'll leave it for today. Philip, thank you so much for coming through, talking to us. Appreciate you coming through always. Broker, owner of REMAX, Philip Skuman.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Yeah.